is Tolulope Hibitola, and today is another episode of Between You and Me. Today's edition is in commemoration with 2023 Mother's Day, and today we'll be talking about the life of a mother. We're talking about the joys and sacrifices. There's so much that we give into as a mother, and then so much compromises, so much sacrifices, and at the end of the day there's so much joy as well to gain from this this journey. So we would say that it's a pleasurable inconvenience, but it's a good thing, and we are grateful for that privilege. So today, like I mentioned in the podcast, it's not just going to be me. I have some other beautiful ladies and that will be joining me today. As we all know, the only constant thing in life is change. So, and that is why we brought the change here as well. And then I will not just be the only one hosting this program again. I will have other co-hosts, and we'll be hosting this on a bi-weekly basis. I do hope that you have something to gain and you enjoy yourself.
I'm Sandra Yakime, and I'm a doctor. Currently, I'm also a mother, and it's another day for me, a wife and a mother. And I'm also an advocate for health and wellness, especially in the health profession. Right now, I'm pushing and advocating seriously for healthy living, wellness, and having a complete outlook to life. Basically, my mission statement is always stay connected to the divine, which includes your family, your friends, and your spiritual connections to God. And to stay gorgeous, take care of yourself, self-care, nutrition, and then to stay professional. Whatever you find your hands to do, make sure you're being excellent at it and you're doing really well at it. So
Thank you. What an introduction.
Yeah,
Thank you, Sandra. Yeah, so good to have you. And I'm so sure that you would also be sharing your experience as a doctor in your field and also as a mother today.
I'm Oloja. I'm happy to be here this evening. I'm speaking from Ibadan, from Nigeria.
Okay, so let's go into the details of today without wasting so much time. I want to go into life before being a mother. So, and I heard so much. For me, particularly, I was like, was I really prepared for motherhood when when I became a mother? Yeah, even though I got married, I know that okay, the next thing was to give birth like every other people would expect, but somehow it wasn't really what we wanted, but it happened because my husband was like, are you really sure you want to do this and this? But it happened. So, and then things just changed, especially that I was even still in school at that time. So things changed, and a bit shaky, but here we are today. We are fine. And so I want to put that question to you ladies, like, how was it? Were you really prepared for motherhood when you got into the journey, when you got into the business? Sandra, you want to talk?
Yeah. Are we ever really prepared? It's been an awesome journey. And of course, like you said, every home is hopeful that you can become fruitful and then hoping that, and then for me, having a child is a whole lot of responsibility. And it automatically shifts your world. Like everything, like all your plans just changes. So I can speak from my own experience. I had huge goals. I had plans that I wanted to do. And for me, I started my residency in oral surgery when I got pregnant. It was about the end of my residency program. So oral surgery is like a field of where you do a whole lot of surgeries, a whole lot of standing, and a whole lot of walking up and down. So I was in my last year of residency when I got pregnant, and I already had goals. I had career goals on what to do and where to go. and I was finishing, I was becoming, I was going to be head of my department. I had so many options and things lined up for me. And when a child comes into a family, it changes everything.
Because
It's no longer about you and your
no,
goals. And then a lot of sacrifices started being made from the moment she was born. And one of the sacrifices had brought me here to start all over again and try to, I kind of put, for me, it's more of work-life balance. So at that
mhm,
moment, I had to put my work on hold and kind of see, okay, what life can I, an opportunity can I build for this child to make her a better person and a better, provide a better environment for her. That's for me one thing. It's just lots of sacrifice.
mhm,
It's been sacrifice upon sacrifice upon sacrifice. And
yeah,
some days they're like, oh no, and some days you're like, it's gonna be
going
worth
to be
it. It's going to be worth it. Like you have to just keep encouraging yourself. It's going to be worth it. So it just sacrifices all the way, and it's been wonderful. It's been a wonderful journey for me. I won't lie. And sometimes I look back and I could have been here, but I'm very much grateful for this phase of my life. I've met so many people. I've met it's just for me that's a moment of enjoy every phase, and
mhm,
that's where it's
yeah,
now for me.
of course. It's actually very sacrifice. I remember when I had my first pregnancy and I had to write an exam. I remember that day. If not that, I I was kind of one of those serious things. I would have had a carryover in that course. Like I was just looking like this. I had what's this thing in front of me? Boost, Lucozade boost. I was like, that was what kept me going. I was like, okay, will this really be worth it at the end of the day? But good, thank goodness, we are here. It's really worth it.
Yeah,
Bimpe, welcome. How are you today?
I'm very fine, Lulu, and you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Good to have you. Can you please tell us
Same
a
here.
little about yourself since we are seeing your face on this page for the first time?
Well, sure, sure. Okay, hi everyone. First of all, let me say Happy Mother's Day to every mother out there. My name is Pinky Akinwundi. I'm a lawyer. A full-time mother. I work full-time as a mother, and currently I'm doing my Master of Law in Canadian Common Law here in
Yeah.
Canada. So basically, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And we're so happy. We trust that we'll have so much to learn from your experience as a mother and also as a lawyer. All right. So, Onoja, I want to ask, how was your experience with your first child?
Wow. The question you asked, the first time you asked, were you prepared? No one is, you can never be prepared. I once asked myself, I said, is there any mother that will come up and tell her daughter that when you get married, these are the things you should expect? Probably they did not tell us because if they did, we wouldn't want to try. We
Mhm.
wouldn't want to try because mine happened. I was in school. I was actually preparing to get into school when I had her. She was 7 months when I had to take off to start school. It was hectic,
Wow.
it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. When you have to plan for school work,
Mhm.
you have a whole lot of work to do. And then you have a baby, you have a family, a whole family to cater for. So it was really tough, you know. But thank goodness today that I did it. I did
Yeah.
it. Some days you were like, let me just stop. Why am I going through all this? Does it really want to? The stress, the pain, you want to meet up. You don't want to lag behind with any of the academics is there, the family front and everything. So
Yeah.
it wasn't funny. It wasn't really funny. But at the end of the day, we thank goodness that we did it.
Yeah.
Yes, I did it. I did it. At time she started school, I had to put her at school at 7 months.
Can you
Wow.
Then
imagine?
very early in the morning, we are out together. I will leave her at school. Sometimes I'll be getting home at 7 p.m. in the evening to pick her up.
Mhm.
That know the cry she was going to as a youth. Sometimes when I'm coming home, I will hear her crying. I will hear her voice from outside the school premises,
Mhm,
crying. I would be like, should I just stop?
mhm.
You know, is it really worth it? Why, if I had known, I would have been done with this before jumping into
So
having a baby.
it will
Um,
always come, even if you are done. There's no time that you that it won't
For
come.
every day, there's really no perfect time.
the
Yeah.
tough part of it,
About
the toughest part of it was the child being down with infection at that tender age of going to school. You're battling the infection because the child was not properly taken care of. And you're battling with school work, and you're battling with the family. The father have, your husband is there, spouse is there, the academics and the child. So you're running from hospital to school to the family. So it was not just easy. But it's all story today. We thank God. We thank God. The journey of motherhood.
she's the best about to. So
About to, yeah,
be like yeah.
about to, yeah.
So we're grateful for her. And talking about you when you're coming from work, you hear her crying. I remember when I used to take my first to the daycare and I had other things to attend to. I'll be the one crying when I drop the baby.
That's normal. Any
I
mother must
was
have done
crying
that.
like it was just barely 3 months and I think few weeks. So like when I'm going like this, even though they're taking care of him, but you know that
Yes,
Yes.
protection, like
yes,
how I'll be like, oh, I'll be down. What I'm doing at home, when I remember him again, I'm like, oh, wherever I am. It's so fun, but like we've all been saying, thank you, thank God. So,
yes,
Bimpe,
yes,
you've been a mother one, and you've been a mother of two, like twins.
yes.
How was it? Is there any difference having just single and twin pregnancy?
Well,
Because we that went through one too, we know what our body went through. Talk to,
honestly,
someone
yeah,
has gone through.
yes. Okay, so essentially, that question, it is loaded because, and I would also say that it basically answers itself.
Mhm.
It's definitely different. It's not the same. And I
Mm,
don't think it can be the same because we all know the attendant workload that comes with having one child.
yeah.
And then double that, oh my God, I'm tired. God, I'm tired. When I had my son, um, it was a whole lot. At the
Mhm.
time, I didn't really get enough help because I can say because we were like first-time parents, we didn't really know, like we were not so prepared. We just thought it would be a walk in the park.
Mm.
Nobody told me
That's what
anything.
everybody thoughts like.
Yes,
Isn't that
I
the
just
thing?
basically thought it was going to be like a walk in the park, like just have a child and everybody would just be merry and all that. And but then when I had the child, it was a total bug, like a different bug game entirely. Everything just changed. Like I think that the people that usually say that when you have a child, that your life will never remain the same again. Like it is a very true statement. Your life will definitely not remain the same again. Is it the sleepless nights that I had to battle with, the breastfeeding pain and all that? And then when I had the twins, hey, but before we had the twins, we had already prepared our mind that see, history will not repeat itself.
Of
What
course.
happened? What happened when we had our son? It wasn't going to happen again. So my husband and I sat down and we strategized. Like we planned it because when I had my son and all those things added up together, I was losing it and it invariably affected my relationship with my husband as well.
Mm.
Because it gets to that point where everything gets to here and you can't even feel yourself basically breathing again.
Mhm.
Particularly because we were not prepared. So before I had my twins, like I said, we strategized. I hired a nanny. I hired a nanny and I had like a village on ground. Like I had a village on ground to assist because I think that if we have people that help with other things at least, to take out the cooking, the cleaning, the washing, and all those other things, you can then focus on only the baby. I think it makes life a whole lot, easier for you. So basically, this is to be mothers. Don't be like me. Prepare, strategize. It is always a lot. It is enormous. So basically, just be prepared. Just be prepared. I
Yeah.
think that's
So
what I just say.
you talked about, thank you, Wimpe. You talked about hiring a nanny and things, but when we look at people around now, situations of things around now, we see that
Yeah.
not a lot of people will be able to um
So
hire a nanny
afford,
to
yeah.
afford to do that. So in situations like that, what do you think we can do? That's someone who is not
Well,
and wants to
yeah,
have a baby.
yes.
Mhm.
I think some people are fortunate to have their mothers around.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be a nanny.
Yeah.
The basic take home is to have somebody or people, one or two people that can assist, even if it is for the first 3 weeks or two
Yeah.
weeks, because I believe that first 2 weeks, they are essential. The mother needs rest as well. You are
Mhm.
just recuperating from the whole journey, from the whole 9 month journey, So it doesn't have to be a nanny. We
Mhm.
only had to go that mile because we were expecting twins. And like I said, we didn't want history to be repeated the second time. What happened to us in the first time to happen again. So that was why we went all out to hire a nanny. But
Mhm.
if you can't afford a nanny, it's okay to have your sister around, to have your mother-in-law around, anybody that you can talk to. It can even be a sister in the church.
Of
Like
course.
here in Canada, I hear that there are some people that have formed, fantastic relationships with sisters in the church. There's a women fellowship that you can join, and people are usually always willing to help,
If
you
you're
know.
hoping, if you're
Yes,
hoping, you see
if you are
people
open
willing
to
to
it. And then some mothers are ninjas. I have to give it to some people. Like
yeah, of course.
some mothers are naturally ninjas. If you know what I mean, like they will have the baby today and they're already in the kitchen turning ever. The basic thing is to know yourself. Just know yourself, know what you can accommodate, and then use that to plan your journey, your motherhood journey. I think that's basically what I would just say.
Thank you. I
So
want
let's so
Sandra to
let's
talk about that
yeah.
mothers being ninja from medical
Okay.
point of view.
Okay. So I was going to say something from what Bimpe said. So interestingly, for me, like I said, when I had the baby, I was doing my residency, and I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to finish up my residency. So my family were like 4 hours flight, 4 hours road by road from where I was. I was in a place called Kumasi, where my parents were in Accra because I was in Ghana back then. Now, talking about having community, there's some people that I will never forget. I
Mm-hmm.
had a
Mm.
very good friend. At that time, I didn't have a car. So she willingly gave me her car so that if I needed it at a time when maybe in the middle of the night I had contractions or anything.
Yeah.
Luckily for me also, I was living on the hospital campus. So like I could easily go. So she left her car with me. So it might not necessarily be your family members. You have to be able to appreciate the people around
I
you.
always put our phones on silence. If our
Yeah, it
phone.
helps. Yeah. Because it might not necessarily be your family members. It might also be people around you. I had wonderful friends that to tomorrow I'm always grateful for them. I had one of them that was a friend that was also a nurse. I call them my sisters because what they did for me in that first week, I didn't have family around. It was even after 2 or 3 days that my husband came.
Mhm.
So you have to appreciate people around you, see people around you. Don't wait for them to be a relative. We are
Of
all
course.
human. People are willing to always help, always help. So those two people are just dear to my heart, Rita and Sewa. I will never forget what they did for me in that period. So
Yeah.
sometimes it might not be your family member. Appreciate
Yes.
people around you all the time,
Yes.
all the time. And from a medical point of view, it was tough because for me it was even though I kind of knew it was a little bit easier in the beginning part. So what I did was I just told the midwife to show me how to bath the baby because of course in much as you have a medical background,
Yeah.
having a child is a different ball game. You might know all the medical things, but you still need to appreciate people who are already in the field, like in that specialty. So I spoke with the midwife. She showed me how to bath baby, how to take care of the cord, how to do everything. Like I was willing to accept knowledge, even though yes, I was a doctor and all that, but I was still willing to accept that this is a role I have never played in my life. I wasn't going to be a big person and from, oh, I know everything. No, I had to humble myself. So, in as much, so you should be willing to learn from people. For me, that's what I really learned. I really learn from people who already know. So she showed me how to bath the baby and the next day. And then I don't know, but for me, I was sleep deprived most of the time. And I think I also went into slight depression. So there were times that I would leave my door open because I was worried that I might sleep off and then the baby will be crying, nobody will hear. So I would sleep and then my friends kept coming in to check up on me. I was trying to just finish up some things. So once my daughter had immunization and everything, and I moved back to Accra, that was peace.
Mm.
Then I had my parents, my mom, my dad. They'll carry her. They'll tell you go and sleep. I'll do breast pump, everything. Like I had support where you could actually sleep because I also still studying for my exams. So they'll carry them. So I agree with you having that support. There are also church communities and all that, but always recognize the people around you. You'll be surprised the love that people want to give you. Open your heart
Yes,
to receive it. It's like when that help might not necessarily have to be being paid, but at
exactly.
least appreciate people around you. I can't overemphasize that. Like don't look down on people, appreciate
Yeah.
them, take their advice, and it makes your life easier.
All
That
right, thank you, Sandra.
I can trust.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the point I was actually trying to drive at was
Mm.
the ninja aspect, like
The
Yes.
someone
nature.
gives birth today and they are up tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes, you understand that. Maybe some people are really strong and they may not feel it. But do you think is actually is wise to do that, even though you don't feel it in your body? But
I
what
feel is not wise. It's not a wise thing to always try to do everything yourself.
Mhm.
We should. I think there's this misconception about the African woman trying to do everything herself. I don't know where that thing came from. We feel that, oh no, me, I must show that I can do it. I can do all that.
Yes.
And I think that
Even
mentality
women.
unconsciously turns you just have depression without knowing. You feel you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. No matter think about it. No matter how much the 24 hours is in a day, at some point in that 24 hours you're going to sleep.
mistake? Mhm.
You will sleep. And that's the same way we shall put it to everything. You cannot run 24/7 a week and expect that your body will not vex and come back and So I don't think it's a wise thing. I always advocate for either seek help. Sometimes people not just only seek it, but when somebody offers it, receive it.
You see it, not just speaking, yeah. Because some may
Receive
be
it.
shy too, but once you see someone who is offering, you accept it. Okay, so I want to
Receive it.
go to this aspect of after giving birth, there's always something that people call the death of the old self. Did anyone experience that? Like, this is who I was before I gave birth, and now this is who I am. Was there any uh, experience like that?
Yes.
So you want to share?
So from what I understand, what you're asking is, are you talking about based on your personality, or are you
On
saying
your
based
physics,
on?
on your physical person.
Oh,
Also, you can also talk about the personality. Like, was there like some people would say when they had baby, before they had baby, they were very temperamental, and after having kids, they became more patient than they
oh
were
yes.
before.
Even if you have to,
Yeah,
that
and
that I agree.
for someone like me, before I got married, I wasn't this. And one thing let me tell you, one thing I think I lost more, I miss most about this my body before I gave it was my flat tummy. You need to see that flat tummy.
Yeah,
You
we
need
said
to see
You're
that
not,
flat
you're
tummy.
not alone, sis. You're not alone.
I
We
miss
can
that.
relate.
I miss that
okay.
tummy.
Okay, so I think I recently did a whole kind of a YouTube video about my transformation as well. So I'll just give you a little bit of the background. So I agree. First of all, my personality changed in the sense that, in fact, for me, almost everything changed. My environment changed, and then I had to relocate. So there was that mental, transformation there already. I had a new environment altogether to train my child in. So for me, everything changed. Culture, everything changed. Like I gained so much weight, like really so much weight. I was just eating, and I realized that some of this weight I gained was basically some parts due to depression, because you just don't care anymore at some point. You're just tired. You're just tired. You can't sleep and all that. And then for me, and then that personality aspect it came. Eventually, I was able to. I would always say that COVID lockdown was another opportunity for me to wake up. It was a wake up call for me, and I actually started taking care of myself mentally, physically. I started making active effort, and I actually lost the weight. And you gain your confidence back again. You start doing things, and then for me, it's like slowly I'm getting back to how I used to be. I used to be very outgoing. Then I withdrew. Like I left social media, so many things. But now I feel like I'm coming back to find myself again. So I'm now like in that phase of, okay, I went through that phase of having a child, trying to figure out who I was in that process, and kind of enjoy the process. And now I'm now in that other phase where, okay, this is who I really am. This is Sandra, where she has been lost in some point of all this. So like now, and at the same time also carrying my daughter along and all that. So it's a bit of a up and down kind of thing. Yeah, and I agree with that patient. Eventually, you have no choice. You have to humble.
Yeah. And Bingbe, what's your own experience?
Oh, like I initially said, you see that part where you talk about the fact that you will have, some inches around your waistline. I think majority of women can relate to that one. But if you really think about it, the joys that come with being a mother, you sometimes fine, we are human beings, things have the tendency to get to us. But then when you now remember, I think that's the one thing that could keep many of us going. The fact that you look at your children and you are happy that you bettered these children, and then thank God, technology has made a lot of things easier. Like technology in the sense that there are productions with regards to things that you can use. We call it packaging,
Of course.
because I have learned, there's something I have learned about motherhood. It's never to beat myself up about anything. I don't beat myself up about anything. Changes will come. Like I said initially, you can never remain the same again. Physically, emotionally, in fact, career-wise, we need to talk about that one as well. The fact that motherhood practically affects like every facet of your life. It touches on like almost every facet. We are just binging on the physical part. We haven't come to the career part. If we get to the career part, many of us have stories to tell. Many of us, including me, I have a whole lot of stories to tell about how it affected my career as a lawyer as well. But maybe that would, I don't know whether Tolu is going to do that part, but I'll just leave that one for now. So it affected me, and I would say that to a very large extent, many things changed. Apart from the physical, the timing as well, the fact that 24 hours used to be more than enough for you as a person before, when you were just with your husband. But as soon as these children start coming, it begins to look like you need the day to be extended beyond that 24 hours. If it
Like
is possible.
weekend, this weekend is even overestimated. Like this Saturday, Sunday, it's over again. We are back to work. What?
Yes. And then the fact that with all that, you still need to keep other aspects of your life also going. Fine, I know that there are people that are full-time mothers, like stay-at-home moms. But then even those stay-at-home moms nowadays, they add something to staying at home as well.
Yeah.
So there's this consciousness also that as much as you are a mother, you still need to keep other aspects of your life going and keep everything in check. Everything has to be in check. So that's just my own experience. There were changes, like I said, but I'm just trying as a human being to keep everything in check. Basically.
Yeah, thank you. I totally agree with you. Like, being a mother does not mean the other aspects of our life should be paused. Even if their pause are like at least not stopped entirely, because
Yes,
definitely the pause aspect of it will show up. You have to pause at some point, and then but not giving up on the dream is what is even
exactly,
most important.
exactly.
Yeah, so let's talk about the career wise, like um trying to say how really to put it, but not that would would was how do I put this thing? It's a career and then motherhood.
Yes.
Choose one. Okay, let me put the question. Which one? Let me put you on a very hot seat. Motherhood, career. Which one? If you say yes, choose. If you want motherhood, if you want career, do like this. If you don't even know what to decide, just do like this. So, motherhood or career, which will you choose?
First of all, I feel motherhood alone is a career.
It is, but like in the world that we are now, much is expected, much more. So,
If I want to speak from my own experience,
yeah.
obviously me being here is already a sign that I've chosen motherhood because
Mm,
I had to put a career on hold, like a
bold.
whole career on hold, where it's so for me that was already a choice already, and now I feel what I'm now trying what I've come to understand as time goes on is I feel that the first few years of their life is what me I call the investment year. So for me, I just told myself that okay, if the first 5 years I can I can pause whatever it is I'm doing, whatever my goals and dreams are, and then just invest in that first 5 years when they are able to talk, they understand a few things.
Mhm.
Then I feel that from then going, like for me now, that's what is happening to me.
Yeah.
So I chose motherhood and said, okay, let my career be on hold.
Oh,
Let me
wow.
do what I can do. And now I'm not entering the phase whereby, okay, I can find some balance. I can now see, okay, I can chip in my career a little bit
Mhm.
while I'm still doing the motherhood. So for me now, it's now trying to find that balance. And it's interesting that now I can talk to her and make conversations and she responds. So it's like now I can figure out I'm not going to be doing the
You're
whole
not
sleeping in the night.
entirely there. At least she can speak for
At least we
herself.
can converse. It's like today as we're coming our Mother's Day, something we're doing rock paper scissors. So I got for me like I got to the point where I can play with her and she understands the
Your
concept. So
playmate
it's
now.
yeah. So it's just so I feel yes I chose motherhood first, and now my plan now is like so like I said I have to come up with what I call a strategy. That's why I said my mission statement: stay connected to the vine, stay gorgeous, and stay professional. So for me, that has now become my motto. Where when I say stay connected to the vine, your family, your friends, and your Father in heaven, or your spiritual connection. And
Mm-hmm.
like you said, you cannot forget every aspect of your life. You still need your friends. You need to still go out and chill and make fun and have fun with your friends. So this three motto is helping me be conscious every point of my life now. Okay, take care of yourself, but don't forget all these aspects. Stay professional. So you still have to be better. You still have to make money. You still have to
Mm-hmm.
improve on your skills. So it's now for me, my motto and something I'm now using now to be conscious of every aspect of my life.
Life.
So that's what I can say.
Yeah. Thank you, Sandra. So,
You're
Binky,
welcome.
you want to share which motherhood career?
Okay.
Oh, you are lost.
She's not lost.
Well, well, for me, I wouldn't particularly choose one
Mm-hmm.
because like Sandra has already said, motherhood itself is a vocation. You know, it's something that you never retire from. Once a mother, always a mother. So, like
Mm-hmm.
I said, it is you now as the mother that will know how to now balance motherhood with other aspects of your life. So I wouldn't definitely say, oh, I choose this one or I choose that one. But the truth is that the only thing I can say in relation to how it affects motherhood, sort of, it into our careers. Sometimes, for instance, when you just get a child, there's that leave that you get. Some people take the time that they need, like maybe 1 year. Some people even resign from their job and say, I'm a first timer, let me take out time. Because you know that in Nigeria, majority of companies will just give 3 months maternity leave. I hear that in civilized nations, it is more than that, but I will just talk in relation to using Nigeria as a case study. So in Nigeria, it's just 3 months. And at 3 months, you are just beginning to even get used to your baby. Your baby is so tender. And even you, sometimes, you've not even fully recuperated. And then you are jumping back to work again. So the part where it affects some people is they will just say, okay, I need a pause in this other aspect so that I can focus with, raising this baby for now. So you see that time that you are using to raise baby, your mates, before you come back and before you can even find your feet, because you know how hard it can be to get jobs in Nigeria. Before you come back and find your feet again in, the work environment, to incorporate yourself back into the work culture, your mates that you left behind, they would most likely have gone far ahead of you. And then when you come, it's time again to start thinking, how do I fit in? Do I fit in? Where do I even start from? And then I've seen mothers that it affected them so much that they couldn't even get back into, their careers. From there, they just have to switch lane. Like you just switch lane and say, I don't want to be a lawyer again. No way. It's not working. There's no way I will be able to cope as a litigation lawyer, for instance, to come and be jogging litigation, be taking care of children. No. Maybe let me just start selling you my hair on Instagram. We do respect the people that sell hair. You just let me just start selling you on Instagram. Some people have had motherhood affect their career in such a way that it made them, to switch lanes, like I said, to other things that will make their life much more easier. You are selling from home. You'll be able to take care of your children and
take care of your kids.
So personally, for me, the way it affected me, when I had my son, I was working in-house as a lawyer in a technology and client company at the time. They gave me 3 months maternity leave, and at the end of that 3 months, I had to put my 3-month-old baby boy in the daycare center so that I could run back to work. But at the time when I had my twins, I wasn't working in that technology company again. I was now in a litigation firm. And I had my twins in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic. In the middle of the pandemic. So that one helped because courts were on lockdown and there was really nothing to be worried about. So I took my time. I took enough time. But when I now wanted to go back to change, because I didn't want to go back to that lockdown again. I wanted to find maybe a better frame, to continue with. Whenever I applied to things, they invite me for interview. Then they will now start asking me ridiculous questions. I know that these things don't happen in civilized nations. Recruiters in civilized nations would ordinarily not ask you personal questions. But it's not the same in Nigeria. Exactly. But in Nigeria, I had employers asking me, so how many children do you have? And when you just tell them that, I just had a set of twins, they will just say, okay, we'll get back to you. They do not. I know that many lawyers, I don't know if lawyers are watching this live right now, but I'm sure that many female lawyers can relate to these struggles. It is a struggle in Nigeria as a female, a married woman, when they now hear that you have children, they will just tell you, no. In fact, I had one employer saying to my face that he doesn't hire mothers. He said it to my face, and he said it unapologetically. I don't hire mothers. And so these are the things. Yes, you understand that.
That's why sometimes I say that education is not the same as being intelligent or being human. You just hear
Yes,
some people say that they are doctors, they are professors, they are this, and you hear the things that come out from their mouth, and I be like,
yes, yes, yes.
what's the
You
essence
see,
of the
yes,
education?
yes. So, no, those were the struggles as a mother. Those were all the struggles that I faced in Nigeria as a mother. The parts in my motherhood sort of, wanted to be like post a little challenges, you know. But it's all good. It's part of
Part of
the whole journey.
of
Yes.
Yeah, so all the experiences that they make the story more interesting and more inspiring for people who are listening. Yeah, thank you so much for putting that out, that part of you. Onoja, she's sending request. I tried to accept, but it's not adding her up again. I don't know why. Uh, Please try to send the request again, because I'm not even able to send the request to you. I've been on and off doing this. Please try if you can send the request again. Okay, let's ladies, I wanted to talk about, we've talked so much about the sacrifices. Yeah, for every sacrifice there would be a reward,
Yeah.
right? There should be a reward. So that's how it should be. So even though her kids have not started sending us money, maybe one of these days we'll call someone who has kids that are sending them
Giving
money
them
now.
money.
Yeah. They're part of being a mother that you are so happy about, and you be like, if this is what it takes to be a mother, I want to do it again. The joys, like the experience and the happiness that you find in being a mother. Let's talk joys of motherhood. Talk about
Joy.
sacrifice.
Okay,
Sandra, go first.
I should go first. Okay,
Yeah, for
I'll
me,
go first.
I have a son. Like
Okay,
sometimes
yeah.
you are just down and be like, there was a day I was just in the kitchen and the boy just said, "Mom, don't worry, I got you." Ah, oh wow, like everything on my on my swollen head, calm down. Like, don't worry, I got you. Thank you.
Ah,
That was so, as in, so fulfilling for me.
Yes.
Like, thank you. I got at least in the whole world this small boy. Yeah. So if
I, I,
can you
the
share
joy,
your
the
experience or something like
joys are numerous, and I'm finding the way I'm now seeing things is that there are actually moments of joy. That's why I just put them. So in a whole day, there'll be just that in when you I go to that up and down. Some days it's like leave me alone. Some days it's like this. But I'm now finding that there are moments of joy. And just like you said, maybe your son will come to me and daughter can tell me I love you 100 times in a day. I'm like, okay, I'm here. And then I remember one time I was having a running stomach. I wasn't feeling well. She took it personal. Like
that?
she at that time she was 4, but she was trying everything to take care of mommy. She'll go and find out something. Mommy, are you okay? She'll ask you 20 times, are you okay? Then she'll come to now face you. Like you can see someone the love uncon like she just no matter how you do it. And then another part is when I come back from work because on Mondays where I'm working now on Mondays I don't pick her up. I usually drop her in school and her father picks her up. So the joy sometimes when I come back, like the excitement, oh my God, and even if the whole day I'm tired from the whole day of work, but that's somebody is actually happy to see you. It's a wonderful feeling.
That
It's a
love is
wonderful
different
feeling.
from their daddy's love,
Of
cha.
course.
Like, you just feel like this
Because
cute.
you know this one
Like,
does not is not looking for this one is not looking for extra thing on top. This is just pure. I'm
no,
just showing my love.
Yes.
No
of
extra.
course.
There's not nothing behind that. Okay. And then because for me she's like she's just growing. So sometimes I'm not hearing some of the conversations she will have with me. The other day we came back. She said, she's sweating. That it would be nice to have a cool ice cream. I just looked at her.
I feel
You
like,
know, so it's more of like moments of joy, and I sometimes
wow, like, so this is who I'm
yes,
going to like.
yes. So they kind of they have I have that up and down moments with them, and then and so you could have 2 and 3, please share.
Okay, Rika, you want to share some of your moments of joy?
Okay, so I think that both of you have essentially said the same thing. They relate to it as well. But I will have the part. I think the only one I want to have is, the friendship that we tend to be able to build with these children.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah, nothing is bad.
yes, as small as these children are, they can be like our best friends if we allow them. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I also noticed another thing about these children. You know that we women are emotional beings.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
emotional beings. I noticed that as small as my children are, they can tell when I'm tired.
Oh yes.
Even
Yes.
hear my husband sometimes.
Yes.
Before my husband
Yes.
notices, these
Yes.
children would have noticed.
Yes.
They say, Mommy, are you okay? Tiny children like this.
Yes. I
They will
know.
ask me,
Are
tiny
you okay?
As
children.
in, they're
They will
thinking
say,
about you.
mommy, are you okay? And then I will say, I'm fine. They will say, are you sure? Like, they want to double check
Like they
because,
have something they can
yeah,
use to use that thing.
exactly, exactly. I've had my son tell me quite a number of times when, because me, things can easily like make me just frustrated. I get to that point so easily. And my son will just be like, Mommy, don't be sad, don't be sad. And like I said, the friendship that grows between a mother and her children,
Mm-hmm.
that's, of course, it's nothing that I can trade for any other thing.
Yes.
It's
That's
what
true.
the strength, it's what, the school struggles we already talked about. If I had a chance, I would do it over and over again. Like your
Yeah.
children are your best friends.
Yeah.
And that's how it continues. Even in your old age,
Yeah.
these children will still always be there.
Yeah.
So, like taking a projection into the future, your children are still always there. Like till today, my father and I, we were best friends. Like, although people usually say, "Wàhálà ẹ ti pọ̀ jù pẹ̀lú bàbá ẹ̀." Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó because me, even my husband, your wahala is too much. Like, like till today, my father, till today, we are still like best friends. Like, there's nothing that I can tell this man. And then because we already lost our mom, so it has been our dad. So in case you people are wondering, why is she not talking about that? Why? Why is she not talking about her mother? Is it not mother that we are talking about? Sometimes the fathers too enter into that shoe.
Do
You
you know
know,
that I was going to that
yes,
place?
the
Because
fathers,
parents who are mothering their kids, like they
yes,
are in place for their mothers.
yes, yes. Because my father, even when my mother was alive, he was inside those shoes as well.
Mm.
There were times that I was sick that it would be my father that would wash my uniform for the next Monday. He was that kind of father. And even till now, when I see him as a married woman who is talking, just laughing, when I go to his house, you won't even know that
Eh,
parent to child relationship.
like
And him
friends.
as well, there's nothing that he can't tell us. It's not just me, and my siblings as well, because that's the friendship that we have built over the years. And then that's what matured into my father's old age now that
Yeah.
he is, and he's enjoying it.
But
I believe that he's enjoying it, even though sometimes it can be a pain in his neck. It's not part of it.
Pleasurable. It's a pleasurable pain. They will be like, if I don't do it for her, now who else will do it? So he takes it up. Yeah, Onojo, you're welcome. You just disappeared, but you're back. I
In
know that.
fact, it just went off. The network just went off. I was struggling
Oh,
to get back. I
I
was
know. I
struggling
thought
to get back.
when you send the request, I will click, but I
Mm,
won't see you going again. So I know it's the network. So sorry about that. So let's come talk about the sacrifice. And because of time, we would not like to go back. I know that you've had so much talking about your experience, years of experience as a mother. I know that you've had so much sacrifices or so many sacrifices
full
that
load.
don't start
Full
counting.
load.
Let's talk about the joy. Has there been any moments for you that are like, okay, after all, at the end of this is what's doing?
Wow. In fact, they're now teenagers, and
Mm-hmm.
one will soon become an adult very soon. So I've had loads of joy, as in loads of moments that I'll look back to, and I will never trade it for anything. These days now, I can just, when I look at them, they're not my friends. Even though they're is a lifetime journey. Motherhood is a lifetime journey. You can never finish. You can't stop. The pains are still there, the struggles are still there, but the joy is immeasurable. I can tell anybody that. There are sometimes look at like the senior one that I didn't even know that this Sunday was going to be Mother's Day, and she came up to me and she said, "Okay, mommy, would you want a boo boo?" I said a boo boo because one of our friends, they just came out of secondary school, so they're
Mm.
learning to do
How
some
to
business,
business.
entrepreneurship. That's the in thing in Nigeria. So she said, "Mommy, do you want a boo boo?" One of my friends is selling boo boo at a very cheap rate. Can I get you one? I was like, "Do you have money?" He said, "You're looking at a big girl. I'm not a big girl. Remember the amount of school already, and very soon we'll be talking about I'll be entering the university." So there are lots of women that you can't even trade for. You can't trade it for anything in life.
Mm.
Though we go through this pain, when you look at them, sometimes even when I'm sitting alone, when I remember the moments we've had, our
Mhm.
tears, the pains that we've gone through, and now looking at them, when I watch them like this, I will smile over everything. You talk about when you're sick, if you are down, they will look at your face, they already know. They already
Mhm.
know. They will just come up to you, okay, mommy, what is it? Don't
Mhm.
pretend. Don't tell us say all is well. All is not well. All is not well. You can't pretend. Even
Mhm.
before their dad even said anything, they are already there. They will say, mommy, what's going on? And the
Exactly.
most part of it is that they've become an advocate between, if
You
anything goes
Oh
wrong between you
yeah.
and their dad,
Yeah.
they
They'll fight
already
for their
know.
mother.
They will just come, they will just come and they'll be like, the senior one will just come and say, mommy, why are you frowning? What did daddy do? That kind of thing. So the joy is so much. It's so much when you go through this, and yeah, and you get them to this point. It's just so much that you cannot trade. I can go on and on and on and on and on. Is it when you come to when they were young, we struggle with the house chores, we struggle with the school work, we struggle with their homework in Nigeria. It can be so much. The teachers will just load them with so.
with
But when they
homework.
start growing, you are doing all and all and all. But these days, you can just decide that I'm going to shut down today. You see, today you are going to do it. Yeah, yeah. I want you people to take care of yourself. At that
We are
moment,
getting to that
those
stage.
are the joy. Those are the joy. You can just say today, take care of yourself. Fix whatever you want to eat. Let me
Mm-hmm.
rest. I want to rest. I'm tired. And sometimes they will understand. So they will understand that this woman needs rest. They will even tell you, mommy, you are looking so tired. You have to leave. So you can take a break. Don't forget us.
Don't
We'll
stress
take care of
yourself.
ourselves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Imagine
fun.
my 9-year-old thing. He tells me, mommy, don't stress yourself. Just I got it. I'm going to do it for you. This
I
one.
got
Take care of my sister. I got you.
It's a ladies man.
I got you. I'm okay. Thank you, but all right. So let's talk about fathers who are supportive fathers.
mm,
Now, all the things we are saying. I think it's easier because we have fathers that are also supportive,
yeah.
responsible, and let's look at their role and is there a way? Would we like a way to encourage them? Is there something we want to say to them? To say, okay, thank you for this that you are doing, that you're helping us. Because let's to be candid with ourselves, there can't be a mother without a father. Okay, yeah, there may be. If you want to call yourself a mother, there's a father somewhere, whether you like it or not, whether you want to regard the person as the father or not. But this time we're
No,
looking at
yeah.
responsible fathers. So, is there something we want to say to those who have taken it upon themselves to be responsible? Because it's a choice.
Yes,
Some can decide not.
yes, yes, yes.
Sandra.
I think the best thing you can ever have is someone who understands what you're going through and is willing to give a helping hand. There are days I'll come back and I'm physically, mentally tired. And he just do the work. Like he just take over. So I'll be forever grateful for having that extra support.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes just somebody to even talk to and even reinforce what you're trying to teach the child. There's not sometimes when you have your own values, person has their own values kind of thing. But it's like sometimes they won't tell you, why are you disturbing your mother? that kind of a thing. So it's and then all the support, the financial, the emotional, it's overwhelming. And truly, like you said, we can't do it sometimes without our spouse. We can't. Most times we can't, and we really appreciate all their inputs.
We
Um,
acknowledge them today.
Acknowledge it, appreciate it, and forever grateful for them.
Yeah, we're great because you know why I'm saying this. There are sometimes that these kids will just be doing something that you talk. When you're talking, they will do as if they did not hear you.
But if their father,
Let their dad
they are just
just one word. They are just even don't say the word. Just look at them. Right?
they are just
Tell what
It's
you
still
want.
finish now. Still finish.
I used to wonder, like, is it only me that these kids are doing these things to all their
no. They see to every mother.
You can relate, Nigeria. You can relate.
sometimes you just now have to go an extra mile to make sure they listen. If not, but we're grateful, just like Sandra said, we're grateful for fathers who are there, who choose to be there. Bingpe, you want to say something?
Okay, I don't know. Maybe I should just take another dimension because,
Go.
like you said, we already acknowledge the role of fathers that are always present, supportive fathers. Fathers that are taking it upon themselves to say, "My wife is not alone in this journey. We are indeed together." And they always do their bit, to be there for the children, not just providing financially. I'm
Mhm.
talking about people
Yeah.
that invest into the upbringing of the children as well.
And the upbringing of the kids.
Yes, fathers that invest. So I think Sandra said a lot about that. And so I'm just going because this thing is what we are doing now is live. We are reaching out to many people, and I would just want to take this time out to implore. Because in as much as we know some of us we are grateful to God to have those supportive spouses. There are some women who you know cannot totally say the same. So I just want to take this time out to implore fathers out there. We know that majority of the times you are doing your bit, but you can do more. It's not just finances. I've heard some men say things like, after all, I'm providing money. You should be able to do the other things. You should be able to take care, the woman should be able to just take care of the other things. If you are one of such fathers, this is a humble appeal. I'm begging
They are
every
begging.
please, you can do more. We appreciate the finances, yes, they go a long way, but please, in as much as the finances are doing a lot, we also want you to also invest because it takes a village, like we always say. To
Where's
train
the
a child, it is not just the mother, it is the whole village. Whatever the child turns out to be in the future, it usually starts from the family. The family is like the root. That's the first, they say that the family is the first learning institution to
of
every child. So the mothers can do their bit, but the role of the father can also not be, shoved aside as well. So that's just what I wanted to say.
course.
Especially if they are boys in the family, especially if because women and sons
Yeah,
need the men. They
of
actually
course.
need the men to help with the boys to
Of
raise
course.
to raise the boys.
Real
I
men.
agree.
Real men.
I
It's
agree.
not just about
Yes,
men. We should learn how to raise real men too. Yeah,
Mm.
because I totally agree with you. I remember one of my big sis on this page put out a post sometime and said that the outcome of a family or the outcome
Of
of
the
a family
family.
depends on the functionality of the woman, or like something totally is even the totally that I said, okay, I agree. Yes, the family, I can't really remember how the post was placed, but like everything, how a family turns out depends on a woman. Totally depends on a woman. I said, yes, I agree. But you see that totally, I disagree with it. Because if the woman is doing a bit and there's no father, responsible
Yeah.
father who would support, who would say, okay, let's do this thing together. It will
yes,
be like somebody pouring water in a basket. Because
yes,
Uh-huh.
even if the woman is going to go 3 steps ahead, if the man was responsible, if the man was present, I'm sure that with two and they will be able to go 6 or 7 steps. So it's not just
exactly,
about the
exactly,
mother, the
yes.
father. also it's also very important in the functionality of a home. Yeah. Onoja, let's talk about our mental health now. After
Wow.
has been said and done, and you as an educationist, I know you've talked about yeah,
Mm.
kids. I know that you can't do education without psychology. That is also very important. Yeah. So, how do you think we can balance these things? Like all these things we've talked about, responsibilities of a mother, home, career, everything. Is there really a balance? Can there even be a balance for family and career? If there can be, how do we then place the balance? Now,
Okay, you
you
see,
understand
there
the question.
can it can
Can
really
there
be overwhelming.
be
There can be a balance. Sometimes I was online, even though I wasn't live when we shared about can there be a balance. And sometimes a lot of women have taken, have decided to let me just take a bow from the career aspect of it for now. I
mhm,
can't cope
people
because
said so?
it can be so overwhelming. I heard when people said so. It can be so overwhelming that you can't just cope. Like I want to share a little experience. There's a lady that I know. Through childbearing lately, she had a mental problem. She had mental issues, real mental issues that she had to go to Yaba left. When they talk about exclusive breastfeeding, you have to be awake almost all through part of the night,
Mm,
all through the night to breastfeed, plus all the tension that you go through during the day. The baby is crying. You want maybe if you have other children before that baby, you want to take care of them. You want to cook. You want to do a lot of things, and you also have sometimes you also have work issues. That's the career issues there. So what do we do at that point? You just need to find a balance. The balance you need to find is that look at it. Can I really cope? Can I
mm,
really, if you look at it that your career at this time is taking a turn on you, and
mhm.
this child care is this motherhood is a
Mother,
lifelong thing. It's a lifelong thing. As long as we are living, even our mothers today. Like today, I just got a delivery of something from my mother all the way from my state. I told her, I said, please, I need this, I need this, I need this. And she has to, at her age, she has to be struggling to
of
do it. So
course.
you can see that she's still playing that role, even at her age, even when I have my own mother.
Let me
She
stop
still,
you there. So let me pause you there. You say some of us that are here, tell your mother that you need just one thing. Why do you think we are?
The whole matter. Okay. They will
What
preach
that
the whole
thing
matter.
that you did? The thing that you did not even say. I just thought that we need this thing. Then we
yeah.
had this thing too, madam.
Yes,
This one.
that is the role of a mother. So what am I trying to say? I'm saying that, for us, because of our mental health, when you look at the career and you look at the family, you
Mhm,
look at it that if it can be so overwhelming. At that point, taking a bow at a particular one, forcing it at that point, it's not really that you are leaving it. You can pause, you can take it, you can just pause at that time at a particular time. I could remember when it was so much after having my second child, I was really sick. I
mm,
was sick. I had the child through CS. This is life, and I was sick. I could not cope. At a point, I found out that my inner strength were kind of failing me. I wanted to continue with career wise, and I wanted as well to have a very good home. To be a good mother. And at that time, I found out that I had to just pause at a
yes.
point. But unfortunately, some of us are those who took another lane after a long, when you find out that, well, let me just let me just let it be. So what have I, in that, at that, having said that, it is very important that we find what works for you. Discover that works for you. In what works for A might not work for you. That's
Of course.
one mistake that a lot of people make. What works for A might not work for you. I can go ahead. Some people will tell you, I use an example of the lady who, through exclusive breastfeeding, had to go to Yaba left. But a lot of people will tell you, what is that? It's just a simple breastfeeding. I can, in fact, I breastfed. I had a woman that said, what is the boost for? I breastfed all my children, and even when they say the boys can the boys suck a lot, I did it, and they were all well fed. And you'll be wondering that, is it that I'm lazy? No, you're not lazy. Is it that I'm not capable? You're not capable, but you do not have the same strength capacity. You
Yeah,
don't
of
have
course.
you can't carry. You don't have the same makeup with the other person. So discover what works for you and just abide by it. Shut your eyes to what other people are saying. It can work for them. Like that lady, she heard everybody doing exclusive breastfeeding, and they were telling beautiful stories about it. But her mental capacity could not carry it. Just by breastfeeding alone, she landed at Yaba left. For
Mm.
real, for real. This happened for real. So so in that essence, I would keep maintaining that people should find what works for them. As a mother, discover what works for you. Discover
Yeah,
what works for you. If you can carry on with the two at the same time, good.
yeah.
But if you
Thank you.
cannot,
Thank you
you
so
do not
much. I
have the
think we'll be
capacity
ending off on
because of your
that.
mental health. Don't take it back.
Just pause. Thank you. Thank you for that ending note. Like comparison, we should not think because we should not say because people are doing it, we
Yeah.
should burst into it. Because it's working for other people does not mean it will work for us. I think that's a good way to end this program today. Motherhood is a personal journey. Do your
Yeah.
own as you are convinced and convenient for you. Don't compare yourself. Don't say people, after all, people are going to school, they are doing business, they are doing this and doing that, and being a mother at the same time. Are you sure you are able to also go in that lane? If it doesn't work for you, choose what works for you, and then would not make you irrelevant wherever you are at that point. Yes, stop saying that because your mates, they've done this, they've done that, and you wherever you are, make yourself, so nobody can make you irrelevant too, unless you
Yeah.
decide to make yourself irrelevant. No matter what anybody has got or what qualification anybody has got, no matter what, unless you decide to make
Yes.
yourself irrelevant, that's when you'll be irrelevant. So as a mother, know what works for you. Be in your lane. It's a personal journey. Thank you, Tony. Oluwatoyin. Yes. Well done, ladies. Talking about exclusive breastfeeding. I did it for my first child, but this baby with me right now, considering my complementary breastfeeding, because I'm sorry, I think there's some light waves, so I can't really read it. Can somebody read it from their end? Are somebody able to read Oluwatoyin's message? So it's a very, very long message, but I can't complete it here.
Yeah, I can complete it for you. So she's saying that she's already considering complementary breastfeeding because she doesn't have as much help as she had during her first child.
Exactly. There are mothers who
Exactly.
don't feed their kids. Yeah, and the kids are doing well. So let's know what works for us and do our bit. Having understood that we don't want to compare people with ourselves, does not also say that it's we should be complacent about our state. We can do more. We can be relevant in whatever stage we find ourselves. That's one thing that's been working for me. That is what I mean. Like, okay, when you get to a particular stage that I know that I'm ready for a particular thing, I move on, I do it. But when I know I don't, wherever I find myself, I make myself relevant with the little I know I can do wherever I am. Thank you, ladies, for this very interesting session. And we hope to meet again. I think our next session is going to be in 2 weeks' time with some other new faces. I think Tony and Simia to be joining. Does anybody have anything to say to as a last word for the program today?
Okay, so thank you so much, Tolu, for having us. It's been an honor to be on your platform, and I really appreciate everyone that's been watching so far. Thank you for your comments and your likes and your love. I'm just going to say that as women and as mothers, we should not forget to take care of ourselves. We should
Mhm.
not forget to accept the help when they come, and it is okay to ask for help. It is very okay. It is very okay. don't isolate yourself. It is very okay to ask for help. And I really wish you all the best and enjoy every phase of life. That for me, that's what it is. Enjoy every phase. Don't
Of
worry
life.
about what people are thinking. Enjoy.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you. I like that one. Don't
Okay,
worry about what people are saying.
I would like to say to our viewers, and especially to okay, to mothers out there, don't be too hard on yourself. Enjoy it as it comes. It's really a very beautiful journey. Though we are never prepared, but at long run, it's a sweet journey. So don't really be too hard on yourself. You know, you are not doing badly where you are now. That's one thing I've learned to say to myself. If I look back, sometimes I will just tell myself, you are not really doing, you've not done badly. You know,
Mhm.
don't be too hard on yourself as a mother. And to our fathers there, you know, we want to say thank you for, you know, for always being there. For some of us there is because we have very good supportive men behind us. That's why we have been able to come this far. And for those, you know, who are for those fathers who are out there who are still thinking that you know, they will tell you for those women who are not doing anything. We have heard stories where they will come back and they will say, "What are you doing? You're just a housewife," and
Money.
then there are lots of work to be done. There are lots of work to be done that you ask yourself, even as a housewife, even as a woman, a stay-at-home mom, you ask yourself, is it just 24? Do I need? Have I?
Sure how.
Um, do I need? It's like you know, I'm not doing it. What has happened to my 24 hours? 24 hours might not really be enough. You know, so we want to encourage the men out there, the fathers out there, who are not really being supportive, to please support your spouse, support support them. It's really a good thing to do. It's a good thing to do for our own well-being. This you know, to be able to have them, to be able to raise these children, to be able to bring them, to make them the bundle of joy that we desire. We need, it's a teamwork. Yeah, it's a collaborative effort, actually. It is. We can't do it alone. So thank you, Tolu, for having us. Thank you, Big Way, and thank you, the other sister. Thank you. It's a nice, you know, we really had a nice time, even though network was
Sorry. Sorry about the
we had a
network.
nice time. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Anything?
Oh, okay, so you ladies have essentially said everything, but I'll just take this last time to say Happy Mother's Day to all of us,
Happy
prospective
Mother's
mothers,
Day.
and especially mothers in waiting. We see you, we love you, and we are
You.
hopeful for you.
Yeah.
And single mothers, because we've talked about the supportive aspect of our spouses now. There are mothers, single mothers out there that are being the
Yeah.
father. We love you, we see you, and we are sending you plenty of hugs.
Plenty.
All right, thank you,
Plenty love.
ladies. And we want to say thank you to those who will also be watching after this. A lot of people have watched now, and those who will be watching after, we acknowledge you and we say thank you for the support. Thank you for the encouragement. If there's something you want to add, put it in the comment section. Send us inboxes. You can check Bingpe on our profile page on Oja, Sandra, and Simiat, Oluwatoyin. We are all in this together. Thank you again and wishing you a very wonderful week. Enjoy it, ladies. Bye bye.
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 Everyone, bye, ladies.
Mhm.